94 along with Brewer Media Group. My name is Ash Nicole, and right now I have Mayor Tim Kelly. Mayor, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
I know we just talked for a few minutes, and you said that you came back from a very exciting event that pertains to back to school, because we all know back to school is coming real fast.
Coming real fast, and the mayors, the city and the county mayor both sit on a children's cabinet that's there to think about what's best for kids, and it's organized around Hamilton County school system. And we're working on chronic absenteeism this year, making sure that kids get to school, because when they get out of the habit, a lot of times that's when problems begin. So one of the things that came up was just reminding folks, right, that the first day, I think is August 9th.
Yes.
Cranking up. We got a sales tax holiday coming up to try to make it a little cheaper. We had an event last weekend.
Yes.
That's all you there, right? Give away some free shoes for school. So yeah, people just need to know that it's coming right up, right? And get those kids there on the first day and keep them in school. Yeah,
that's the main thing. And I know we also have the State of the City that's going to be happening. Yeah. So I know this is one of your favorite events of the year, where the community and everyone gets to come in. So just talk about that for a little bit.
Well, it's a good time to stop and celebrate our wins. Again, I'm not a real pomp and circumstance guy, but it's important to do from year to year for the administration to say, what have we been doing? What have we done well? What do we need to do better? But we've had some important wins around homelessness and around economic development and in a lot of other areas. So it's going to be on August 3rd at the Walker Theater, and the public is absolutely invited and welcome to come. They just have to RSVP at cha.city /SOTC for State of the City.
And I know this Friday is going to be the last day for registration, so they need to go ahead and get on that ASAP.
Yeah, it's a relatively small theater, but 500 people or so. And the people that tend to come to these things are the more political people. We understand it'll also be live streamed, so people want to see it and see it later. But it should be entertaining. It's going to be an interview format, so it's not just me giving a pontificating speech. I think people will enjoy that a whole lot more. So it should be good.
And I know we just touched on the homelessness, and over the last week there's been a big thing that just happened at 3D Homes.
Yes, that was really exciting. That came out of a conversation I had on a visit to Branch Technology, and it's such a classic Chattanooga thing, right? Local company wants to help, and they were printing these structures that they were talking about working with the UN to use for refugees in Africa, actually, And I said, well, could you do something like that for the local homeless community? They said, yeah, we can take a look at that. And that began this process of a pilot, and to their credit, they went through the whole thing. It's a lot more complicated than you might think, because the thing's got to pass fire code, it's got to be wired, it has to have an air conditioning unit, and lo and behold, we got the first two stood up. And it was in the newspaper, I guess, last week. They've got tenants in there, and I mean it's safe and dry and comfortable, and maybe it's hopefully it's something that we can expand
And I think that's good also, because with most of the homeless people, they kind of. A lot of people can be a little confused sometimes when we see them in the street. We may think that they're being irate and they're trying to cause a scene, but really it's due to a possible mental illness.
That's right.
And the police department has just created another branch too.
That's right. Well, it's expanded. We started this back last year, but it's the concept is known as co-response. So we've got social workers that will go out with the police in issues like these, because before this, the police only had two options really: take somebody to the hospital, to the emergency room. There's not really a mental health hospital, or to take them to jail. And both of those things are many times not appropriate and expensive, frankly, for the taxpayers to pay for. So we're having some real success with that, and we've been able to expand that program, and it's working really well. Because again, we all should have the deepest compassion for what people are going through that are on the street.
Always.
When they get on that street, things don't get better; they get worse. And so, but again, the temporary branch housing project gives them a place to store their things, call their own, kind of try to get it together a little bit. Again, the co-response unit is addressing that by having a more compassionate way to get them the help they need through mental health care services, rather than just dumping them in a bucket.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. I think we all knew that, expanding grace to everyone.
Absolutely.
Mayor Tim Kelly, is there anything else that you want to touch on?
No, again, in homelessness, we've actually managed to house over 700 people through direct supporter investment this fiscal year. So we're making real progress.
Good.
And then people should be hopeful. We've got some new folks that are, showing up and coming in, and we still have to kind of figure out how that's happening and where folks are coming from, but we're committed to solving the problem, and we're making progress.
Well, I do applaud you and your administration for making those steps. You know, this is the first time I've seen it. I'm from South Carolina, so I'm really happy to see that these are branching out and making sure they're being addressed.
We're working hard. We're working hard to
homeless, with the children, with back to school, and then just seeing you out in the community. So
well, it's about building a better city. That's what we're trying to do.
And we appreciate that, Mayor Tim
ma'am.
Kelly. Is there
Thank
anything else you want to talk about before I let you go?
Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Anytime. Well, my name is Ash Nicole, along with Mayor Tim Kelly. And if you need any more information, you can head over to brewermediagroup.com.